Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Sunday the 29th, and today was a almost perfect weather day. I mean, absolutely stunning. If it wasn't for the fact that we need a little bit of rain to keep our plants alive down here, I would pay so much money to have today all over again and again and again, like Groundhog's Day. So we had beautiful sun, got up into the 80s. We had some cloud cover, which made it perfect for being out by the water. Absolutely just stunning day. Nice little breeze, but not windy. This would be the perfect weather if there was heaven. So warm enough you could go swimming, cool enough you wouldn't sweat. So absolutely perfect weather. But went ahead, got this morning, got a few things taken care of, nothing major. Of course, hopped in my tub like I do almost every morning and chilled out a little bit. Had a dog to go watch this today that was kind of that weird time frame. It's like 10 to 3, and they wanted me to watch the dog at their house. And I was like, God damn, I got an old senior dog, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I took the truck over with the Hopes because they were over on Beachside, right by the New Smyrna Beach, New Smyrna Dunes, Dog Beach area. And I thought, hey, we'll just grab the dog, run on the beach, sit there and watch the waves, watch their dogs play, chill out with this old, dog, and smoke a cigar, enjoy the day, and head out. Get there and she's like, no, he's not quite the dog you're thinking. So it's a little miniature pinscher with a feeding tube and can barely walk, has little pads on the back of his feet so he can stand up because his feet slide out in the back and falls down a lot kind of thing. So definitely not what I thought I was gonna have, but went ahead, we chilled out there. They're in a little condo right there on the inlet side, intercoastal, so just south of Disappearing Island, for those of you who know the area. Hang out there a little while, end up watching a show, documentary I guess we want to call it, called Octopus Teacher, and it's about a dude who goes out, swims in the ocean every day and plays with an octopus, and it was absolutely a really fascinating, cool show. I actually watched that on their TV, which was kind of cool because it's bigger than our TV, but not by much, but it had a deadline in it on the left, and it drove me nuts, like absolutely just, even an hour and 25 minutes in this movie, I still cannot ignore that white line. So I took the pup out a couple times, try and go potty and stuff. She's not doing much. I ended up feeding her a couple of meatballs she made up. Got her to eat a couple of meatballs. They made a whole plate full. It was kind of funny. So went ahead, ended up heading down. The cloud cover came over, and Octopus show was done. So went down to the dock, sat out there and watched the boats go by. A ton of boats. Oh my lord, there were so many boats out there. Watched the boats go by. Had a cigar. It was nice and overcast, so we didn't have to worry about the pup being hot in the sun. Just sat in her little dog stroller. And every once in a while she'd get up and look out, kind of thing, and lay it back down again. Saw a bunch of dolphins go by and whatnot. No manatees, but it's getting that time of year. The manatees are heading up towards the springs and stuff, so that happens quite a bit. They aren't out in this area as often, but we just had a great time. Beautiful weather, like I said. Headed back upstairs, started watching some more Netflix, and chilling out a little bit because the dog can't really do much. So waited for them to come home. The dog started getting antsy, started like pacing around the house and stuff. And I was like, what the hell? She almost jumped off my lap on the couch. I was like, what the hell? So then she's pacing around. So walked her and looked out the balcony and saw them pull their boat back in the slip. So she sensed they were coming home. Could have been coincidence, but I've seen it happen a lot in life where dogs get all super hyper 20 minutes before the people get to the house. So it is a thing, but it was kind of cool. Talked to them a little bit, chatted and stuff, headed out, got back home. Didn't get a lot done, just kind of simple little stuff here and there. Chilled out a little bit. Ended up deciding we were going to hit a open house. So we hit an open house, went back too also. Got here, ended up reheating pizza. We ended up with 3 slices left. So Karen had 1 and she had leftover shrimp and cocktail sauce. I had 2 slices of pizza. Gave her the option. She could have 1 slice of pizza and the shrimp, or she could have 2 pieces of pizza and no shrimp. And she chose the 1 slice and shrimp. And she's like, why can't we both have each? It's like, it's not going to be each. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's about the same amount of shrimp as there is pizza of the leftover for the 1 extra slice. So either how it is. So I guess we could have technically cut that 3rd slice in half. And I was like, yeah, it ain't worth it. So I ate pizza, which I prefer leftover old pizza. She's not that as big a fan of it. So I went ahead and said to hell with that. We chilled out a little bit. Got a couple things here done. And just kind of being lazy because I was going to run before we ate, but she wanted to eat first. So I was like, cool, we'll eat. Then she gets a call from her dad, and he's not feeling good. He's got his stomach's all messed up. I guess he's been thrown up and can't keep nothing down and so on and so forth, which happens to him actually surprisingly fairly often. And he eats like an 8-year-old. He doesn't eat real good. And then he drinks mostly soda. I've never seen the man drink a bottle of water in my life. I mean, seriously, I've never seen him have a bottle of water in his hand. And I've been here 4.5 years now. And Never seen it happen. So doesn't drink much soda even either. So adds for the dehydration. So he also went Thanksgiving, went to his brother's house, and they've had COVID in that house. I don't know who else was there, so who knows what he might have COVID now, who the hell knows. But he's feeling like crap, which throwing up and that is not usually a situation of COVID. So I was like, okay, can we just call him an Uber? Because he didn't feel like he could drive himself. Actually, said I'm gonna give it a little bit and then I'll check and whatever stuff and let you know how I feel. And again, this is late Sunday night. So of course I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening and stuff. So basically he calls back, or she calls him, actually never calls us back. She calls him and says, hey, what's up? He goes, I'm not feeling good, I think I need to go to the hospital, and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay. So I told Karen, I said, why can't we just call an Uber? Just order an Uber, set it up, have it pick him up, have him to the hospital, save us the hour drive up there, which saves him time, saves us the hassle of going there doing stuff and driving back, because most likely they're going to admit him. He's an old man. He's not in the greatest health, even when he's healthy. So there's a good chance. But with COVID, we don't know if they're going to admit him or not, so we don't really know. So I said, do you want me to do it? She goes, no, I'll do it. So it's kind of evening-ish time. It's like 6 or some shit, whatever the hell it is. So she heads up there, grabs her stuff she needs to do, heads up, picks him up there. So I'm like, well, I don't know if I don't want to get involved in anything really major, because in case I have to go, if she gets anything really bad, I gotta go up there and be with her and whatnot and everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just sitting around here chilling out. She basically gets to him, takes him to the hospital, and then somehow or another, I don't know why, follows him into the emergency room. Like, they let her come in. I was like, she's like, text me. She goes, they say I can wait with him here in the emergency room and stuff. And I called him like, the fuck are you doing in the emergency? Get the hell out of that room. Like, you're not a doctor. You can't help him. Why are you around all these other sick people and all the other people with possible COVID and stuff? I'm like, get the fuck out. I was so pissed. I was so just saddened by it. She goes, well, they said I'd come in. I'm like, if they told you could burn your hand on the fire, would you do it? Why would you want to do this? You know? And she's like, well, I wanted to get out of there. I didn't know. And then she starts crying because she feels guilty because her dad, she's leaving her dad. I'm like, he's in a hospital. You can't do shit with him. You know, so she basically headed back out. She didn't know if she should wait around, if they're going to release him or not. And I made the call, and I'm still sitting around because I don't know what I got to do. I'm not doing nothing, so I'm just waiting around for my night because I still got to run at some point before midnight. And I'm like, okay, I said, how about this? Go get gas. I need gas. I said, you can just go shopping if you want to, wait around for a while. Or I think the better call is just get in the car now, get gas, because she was lowish on gas. That way we won't worry about it. Coming back, you got a little time, and at the time it takes to get gas, in case they release him right away. I said, just get in the car, drive home. Worst case scenario, even if you literally pull in our driveway and they call and say, hey, he's getting released, you're 30 minutes away from the hospital. So who cares? If you're in the driveway, I'll drive up and get him, which will let her get a shower, get rested up, get some sleep, all the stuff she needs to do. She got to work tomorrow. So I told her, I said, just get in the car, drive home. Best case scenario, you'll come home, he'll get admitted, and then we won't have to go back up till tomorrow or the next day or the next day or next day. We wouldn't really let him out of there. So I went ahead and she's like, I don't know how you kind of feel about leaving. I'm like, even if you're at Tanger Outlet, if you're at Sam's Club, even if you're shopping somewhere, it's going to take you 20 minutes to finish paying for your stuff, get out of the thing, then 10, 50 minutes drive over there from where you're at. So at least 10 minutes, park your stuff, get there. I'm like, it's 10 more minutes to drive home. Like, just if you're home, it's 10 more minutes because you're just hit I-4 or 95, sorry, Interstate 95, just drive up, boom, you're there. It's so much faster. She goes, well, that's true. I guess that makes sense. Plus, I'm not putting myself around other people I don't want to be around, and so on and so forth. So I said, okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and knock it out. So she heads home, and I said, okay, since you're heading home, I'm going to go ahead and get my run in. So I went and got my run in, got back from my run, and she was pulling in. Actually, I was getting to the driveway same minute she was. We got to the driveway right at the same time. It was kind of funny. So we kind of laughed and joked about that, talked a little bit. She's tired. It's just one of those things. It's been 4 days dealing with not having family around, all the crap with COVID, everything else that comes with this stuff that just kind of sucks in the process. And then this happens, adds so much stress back onto it, and it's just miserable. So she gets home, I get in the shower, she hops in the shower, changes all her clothes stuff, washed her clothes right away because we don't know what the hell's on her clothes. Went ahead and we hung around a little bit. She kept texting her dad and calling her dad because he still had his phone with him, and no updates. I finally had to go poop or something, so he did a CAT scan with her and stuff. Turns out he has an infection or something wrong with his colon, so they're gonna admit him. But here's the best part. Last we heard from him was, she's like, as soon as you know something, call me, let me know what's going on. So we're sitting there and stuff. It's 11 o'clock at night right how it is now. We're still setting up, waiting, because I don't like the idea of going to sleep, getting woken up like 45 minutes or an hour later to have to go drive up and get him. I'd much rather just stay up all night and then go get him at 2 in the morning, as opposed to getting to sleep at midnight, getting woke up at 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then having to jump up and run and go get him. I can do either one. I just for my brain, I do better if I don't have to get that 45-minute to an hour sleep. Left, good boy. So I do better if I don't have to do that weird sleep gap thing. So went ahead and finally looked at her stuff. I'm like, okay, we're in that weird time frame now. Like, they've had him for a long time. It's also going on 11 o'clock at night. You should be asleep right now. For her, I said, have you heard from your dad? And she goes, no. I said, should you call him? And she goes, yeah. I'm thinking, hopefully she'll get some sleep either way. She calls me and goes, oh yeah, I've got an infection in my colon and they're going to admit me. And I'm like, fuck, why did you not call her? Like, and she looks at me and I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're off the hook for tonight. So we don't have to go up. Great. But did he just find out literally 3 seconds ago? Was he dialing our number at that moment? The doctor said, hey, you're going to be admitted. Or had it happened 25 minutes ago and he just didn't give a shit. That's him a lot. If it doesn't affect him, he doesn't care. If it make your life more convenient, he doesn't care. So we had to deal with that crap. So then of course that ties on. Then of course she hears infection of the colon. And that's, I think, basically what killed my grandmother, because she had work done on her colon stuff. It never healed, because all the damn feces and stuff in there. It's just gross. And it took a while, and they never literally got to stop bleeding or nothing. And because they were not consistent enough and forceful enough with their doctors, and they downplayed everything that was wrong with them, that's what killed her. If I had to say anything, hey, she was old. I'm wrong. She was, she was going to die at some point anyway. But that basically ruined her last couple of years of her life. They never went anywhere. They never did nothing. And literally, she just sat around in a chair, bleeding out her butt. So hopefully, it's not happening with her dad. But he pretty much just sits around the house in a chair all day anyway. So it doesn't change his life that much there. But I don't know. It is what it is. So of course, then she starts researching stuff. She's up for way too long, getting in her head, concerned and worried about everything going on in the process, which just also sucks. So it is what it is. But finally got some sleep. Went to bed. But it's that thing of like, the second you know something that can make our life better, why would you not tell us? Just give us all the information as soon as you possibly can. But he doesn't know how to do that. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.